inspired by a dream. That dream is now a reality. Our goal at GameDay Media is to provide a new way of watching high school sporting events in Northwest North Dakota through live audio, video streaming services. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch and listen to all the action. We are looking for business sponsors to come on board with GameDay Media to help promote your business as we help to promote our area athletes during our broadcasts. Contact David or Randy Peterson for further details on how you can become a sponsor on GameDay Media. GameDay Media, more than a game. And here we are from Stanley, North Dakota on GameDay Media. We are going to be having a broadcast between the Tioga Pirates and the Stanley Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, the host here tonight. My name's Randy Peterson, alongside my color analyst tonight, David Peterson, our production crew, James Meyer and Eli Clark, bringing you this GameDay Media production here tonight from Stanley, North Dakota. And David, we should have a pretty good matchup tonight between these two teams. Both of them are coming into this match with a 1-0 record, having won their opening match. The Tioga Pirates taking out the Ray Jays on the 31st of August. The Stanley Blue Jays taking out Lewis and Clark North Shore Plaza to both have 1-0 records here tonight in this first District 16 matchup for the Stanley Blue Jays, David.
Yeah, look for tonight to be kind of a hype night as the band gets going here in Stanley. They always do a nice job with the band. But what I'm looking forward to see is how Tioga is going to be able to come off that high. When they started against Ray on last Thursday, they started, I think they're down 8-0 to start the game. So in order to come out, they got to be ready to go. The back row and the hitters got to be ready to hit. Stanley on the other side, didn't know much about him, haven't seen him personally, but I mean, Nikki Heinley and her staff and her team always ready to go. So look for them to be, coming out right, coming swinging hard.
Nikki Heinley in her second year as the head coach for the Stanley Blue Jays. And of course, Shaughnessy Meyer, she is a graduate of Stanley High School. She's in her 7th year as the head coach for the Lady Pirates. When we come back after this timeout here on our GameDay Media Border Plains Equipment pregame show, we'll come back with our Continental Resources coaches' comments here on our NCC Sports Desk. It'll be head coach Shaughnessy Meyer of the Tioga Lady Pirates with our first coaches' comments after this 3-minute timeout. Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit sourisvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come.
In a world where every dollar counts, we believe in empowering you to do more with your money. At the Bank of Tioga, we help ignite prosperity for you and the communities we serve. Whether you're a family looking for personal financial solutions, a business seeking growth, or an agricultural entrepreneur with big dreams, we have the products and services to help you achieve your goals. Experience the power of partnership and visit your nearest location or explore our online services today. We ignite prosperity at the Bank of Tioga, member FDIC.
At Haugland Insurance Services, we are passionate about protecting farmers and ranchers. With extensive agricultural knowledge, we have the tools to protect your profit and minimize risk. Whether it's crop and livestock insurance or farm property and liability, we protect your hard-earned assets. We can also assist with farm transitions, commercial insurance, life, health, and disability coverage. You work hard to feed our world, and we work tirelessly to protect what you've grown and built. Call us at 701-965-4066 or visit us online at hauglandinsuranceservices.com.
As we continue with the Border Plains Equipment Pregame Show from our NCC Sports Desk, welcome back to the Continental Resources Coach's Comments. I have head coach Shaughnessy Meyer of the Tioga Lady Pirates volleyball team to talk with me about their big upcoming District 16 match this evening with longtime rival, the Stanley Blue Jays. And first of all, welcome again, Coach Meyer, to our Continental Resources Coach's Comments.
Thank you. Good to be a part of it.
This past Thursday, the Pirates opened their regular season against the Ray Jays, and when the final point was scored, the Pirates came away with a 3-2 set victory over the Ray Jays, and that's a pretty nice way to start the season and a nice win in district play, Coach.
Yes, thank you. Our team was very excited to start off the season with that great win. Thanks.
As we look a little bit more at that match, Coach, you had a number of players that contributed to the win, including our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game, Cheyenne Hayes. Although Cheyenne was named the Player of the Game, it was really a great team effort that allowed the Pirates to capture that win, right, Coach?
Yeah, you said it right. One of the key things that our team is working towards is to make each other look good, better the ball for each other. And so I think, like you said, the team just played really outstanding for each other and with each other.
And now on to the match tonight. The Blue Jays and the Pirates have had a pretty good rivalry over the years and meet up once again tonight to continue that rivalry. The Blue Jays have 6 seniors on their team that are providing leadership this year, and the Pirates have 8 seniors on your roster as well. What do you feel will be a key factor to be able to defeat the Blue Jays tonight and move to 2-0 in District 16 play, Coach?
I think it's going to be very important that we stay focused and try our hardest to start strong. Each set we want to start off connecting a few points together and not getting ourselves in a rut.
Well, thanks again, Coach Meyer, and best of luck to the Tioga Lady Pirates tonight as you take on the Stanley Blue Jays. You've been listening to head coach Shaughnessy Meyer of the Tioga Lady Pirates on our Continental Resources Coach's Comments segment of the Border Plains Equipment Pregame Show. We'll step aside, and when we come back to the NCC Sports Desk, we'll have a visit with Stanley Blue Jays head coach Nikki Heinley after a few words from some of our great sponsors.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry.
We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
As we come back to the NCC Sports Desk, welcome back to our Continental Resources Coaches Comments. Here on the Border Plains Equipment Volleyball Pregame Show, I have head coach Nikki Heinley of the Stanley Blue Jays volleyball team to talk with me about their upcoming match this evening with the Tioga Lady Pirates. And first of all, Coach, thank you for allowing us some time for our Continental Resources Coach Equipment Pregame Show.
Yes, thank you.
Last week, the Blue Jays started out the 2023 season with a nice 3-0 win over the Lewis and Clark North Shore Plaza. It's always nice to get that first win of the season, Coach, right?
Yes, very much.
As I look to your roster, Nikki, I see you're blessed with 6 seniors on your varsity roster this year. In your mind, what will be the strength of the Blue Jays this season? And where do you feel you need to continually improve before the postseason begins, Coach?
I think one of our strengths is we have some returning starters that are really going to bring their game, bring the game up a little bit. We've got a couple defensive specialists with a couple years of experience, and then we've got Betty Enander and Clancy Hornberger. They're up in the front row, and all 4 of them have, probably 3 years of varsity experience. So I think that's going to be definitely one of our strengths. I think just some things that we need to work on as a team is just kind of our serve receive has always kind of been something that we need to, work really hard at, and then just keeping our serves in the court and using our serve kind of as a offensive threat.
And besides yourself as head coach, who is assisting you this year?
I have Crystal Ani, and then I have Rebecca Bummer, are both new to the coaching staff this year.
And now on to the game tonight against the Lady Pirates. Pirates got their first win of the season last Thursday evening with a 3-2 win over the Ray Jays, a team that is always competitive year in and year out. What do you feel will possibly be a key factor in the game tonight to allow the Blue Jays to capture this District 16 matchup over the Lady Pirates, Coach?
I think we have to go out swinging. I think we need the confidence to play a really tough game and make sure our hitters are swinging. When we lose that confidence and we start tipping, I feel like we fall back a little bit. But when our hitters can keep powering, and I think that brings a lot of confidence all the way around the court.
Well, thanks again, Coach, and best of luck to the Blue Jays tonight as you take on the Lady Pirates. You've been listening to head coach Nikki Heinley of the Stanley Blue Jays on our Continental Resources Coaches Comments. We'll step aside, and when we come back after a few words from our sponsors.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
And as we come back here to Stanley, North Dakota, my name's Randy Peterson alongside David Peterson tonight here on our Game Day Media production, and want to encourage everybody to call up their family. Tell them to go to YouTube and find Game Day Media ND. They can watch this game. Also subscribe. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe, so enable all the notifications. Be able to follow Game Day Media as we present high school sporting events throughout the upper northwest part of North Dakota over our fall and winter seasons with about 80 to 100 matches and games. This Thursday we're going to be over in Ray as the Divide County Maroons take on the Ray Jays in another District 16 matchup in girls volleyball action, so we're looking forward to that from the Ray Gymnasium at Kurt Hoddenfield Court over in Ray. Just a few highlights about some of the players that we'll be mentioning tonight. On the visitor side of the scoreboard, Cheyenne Hayes was named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game when they played the Ray Jays. And Cheyenne had 14 kills, 5 aces, 2 blocks, and 15 digs to take home that Player of the Game honor, sponsored by Brad Johnson Insurance Company up in Crosby, North Dakota. Another name that you'll probably hear a lot of tonight is Cheryl Hayes, her younger sister, a couple of years younger there, sophomore. She had 9 kills. She had 14 assists the other night against the Ray Jays and come up with 6 digs and 2 blocks. Big kids on the Tioga side of the floor. A lot of height for the Lady Pirates as they look to try to take out the Stanley Blue Jays tonight. And then on the other side of the scoreboard, the Stanley Blue Jays had 7 kills by Bethany Enander, a senior, 9 digs for the senior as well in a game against North Shore Plaza last week. Clancy Hornberger contributed 4 kills, 2 aces, and Allie Larson had 11 assists and 7 digs for the Blue Jays to lead some of the points and statistics for the Stanley Blue Jays last week. Like we said earlier, David, both of these teams coming in with a 1-0 record and trying to set until somebody knocks off Kenmare. Kenmare's still the champion, but these two teams look like they got a pretty good team out here.
I think that the gap is probably going to be closed a little bit. Like Kenmare's had their dominance the past 4 or 5 seasons through the Kate Zimmer era and
Brenna Strokeland
and those kids, you know, until the champion is knocked off the pedestal, they are the champion and deservingly so. But I really think that both of these teams are going to compete and be able to go for that district championship and be able to play at Wilson State College where the region tournament's going to be played this year. I really have high expectations for these Lady Pirates because of the kids that they have, the senior leadership that they have, 8 of them on the floor, which you don't get very often. But what has to happen with the 8 senior leaders is that juniors, sophomores, and freshmen also need to be seeing what's going on under their senior leadership so there isn't such a big gap next year.
As the Stanley High School Band are playing the school songs for the Tioga Pirates, the Minnesota Rouser, gives us a chance to thank some of our sponsors, including Brevera Bank, located here in Stanley, North Dakota, proud supporter of the Stanley community and the Stanley Blue Jays, helping you, our customer, forge new paths to achieve your financial goals. Stop by and see Heath Hetzel, the market president at Brevera Bank, located on Main Street in Stanley, North Dakota. We also want to thank DA Land LLC over in Tioga, established in 2021. They're providing quality skid steer attachments, farm and ranch, feed and pet supplies to the Tioga area. Contact Bill Weathersby and Adam Fedler over at DA Land LLC, another proud diamond sponsor for Game Day Media. As we continue on with our sponsors, The Porch over in Ray, North Dakota, a locally owned coffee shop serving a variety of drinks with a flavor for everyone, where wasting time is considered time well wasted over at The Porch in Ray, North Dakota. Surge Aesthetics, located with offices in Tioga and Hazen, North Dakota. Our purpose is to enhance your natural beauty and give you the confidence that you need. To schedule an appointment in Tioga, contact Sarah in Tioga at 701-641-6429. And for a Hazen appointment, contact Corey at 701-870-0529. That's Surge Aesthetics, located with offices in Tioga and Hazen. We also want to thank a couple other sponsors that are coming on board, including Flag Family Media. Flag Family Media is putting our stream out over the internet over KTGO at 1090 AM and 92.7 FM. So I want to welcome all of our listeners on KTGO land onto our broadcast here tonight. With that, we got about a minute before the first tip-off, so we'll take a 3-minute.
It's like a 30-second.
30-second timeout.
Inspired by a dream. That dream is now a reality. Our goal at GameDay Media is to provide a new way of watching high school sporting events in Northwest North Dakota through live audio video streaming services. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch and listen to all the action. We are looking for business sponsors to come on board with GameDay Media to help promote your business as we help to promote our area athletes during our broadcasts. Contact David or Randy Peterson for further details on how you can become a sponsor on GameDay Media. GameDay Media, more than a game.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we stop to honor America, we're going to take a timeout and pause as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. And as we come back with our Haugland Insurance Services starting lineup for the home team the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. Thea Johnson, a sophomore, plays middle blocker. McKenna Lansford is our right side hitter. She wears number 3. She's a junior. Peyton Ron is an outside hitter wearing number 5 tonight. She's a senior. Cheryl Hayes is a sophomore. She is a setter, but you'll probably see her at the net a little bit, trying to pound the ball a little bit. Cambry Johnson gets the start. She's a freshman, middle blocker, wearing number 14 tonight. Cheyenne Hayes is a senior, outside hitter, wearing number 17. And the libero for the Lady Pirates is Brooke Bockel. She wears number 31. So again, Thea Johnson, McKenna Lansford, Peyton Ron, Cheryl Hayes, Cambry Johnson, Cheyenne Hayes, and Brooke Bockel, coached up by Shaughnessy Meyer, assisted by Morgan Richards and Christy Connor. On the other side of the scorebook, Hallie Larson gets the start at setter. She's a junior wearing number 1. Jordy Scar is an outside hitter, another junior wearing number 2. Trinity Barstead, another junior, is a middle hitter wearing number 3 tonight. Cora Bell wears number 5. She's a senior, defensive specialist. Clancy Hornberger is a middle hitter. She's a senior wearing number 6 tonight. Bethany Enender wears number 7. She is a senior outside hitter. And Nora Hermanson is the libero tonight. She's wearing number 10. She is a senior, and she is the libero. Again, the Blue Jays coached up by Nikki Heinley in her second year. She's assisted by 2 new assistant coaches, Crystal Auney and Rebecca Bummer, to help her out. Again, Nikki Heinley, the head coach for the Lady Pirates, or the Blue Jays. Shaughnessy Meyer is the head coach for the Tioga Pirates. Both teams have been introduced here from the public address announcer, and we're looking forward to our broadcast tonight. Again, tune in to GameDay Media ND on your YouTube channel. Subscribe for nothing. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Enable all the notifications so you get notified when we're going on the air. Again, we're going to be on the air again Thursday over in Ray, North Dakota, as the Divide County Maroons travel to Ray to take on the Ray Jays in another District 16 volleyball matchup on Thursday evening. As we still wait for the flag to be, I don't know if they're going to keep it down or try to withdraw it, but anyway, both teams wearing blue uniforms. The libero for the Pirates wears yellow, and I don't see the libero.
She's serving.
She's serving, yeah, Nora Hermanson. She gets the first serve, and our first serve, sponsored by Northwest Therapy Services. We're underway here. Here's the Pirates. Thea Johnson finding the point for the first Tioga score. 1-0 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Again, thanks to those that are tuning in on KTGO tonight, 1090 AM and 92.7 FM on our terrestrial radio station, as well as on our GameDay Media channel as well. Here's the first serve for the Pirates. Peyton Ron's serve goes too deep, and so that gives a point to the Blue Jays, and the serve back to the Blue Jays as Hallie Larson goes back to serve. High serve goes back row for the Pirates. Here's a set on the outside. Cheyenne Hayes has a tip off the arms of Nora Hermanson. And just like that, the Pirates get the serve back on the point. It'll be the Pirates serving. It'll be Aubriana Voles coming in along with Cambry Johnson for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer. Voles goes back to serve and toes the stripe. Nice serve by Voles. Hornberger brings it across from the middle. There's a set to the outside. Enander goes with it, tipped at the net. And then we're going to have the Pirates into the net. So that is a point for Stanley. And we're all tied up at 2 apiece on your scoreboard. 2-2. Good job by the Pirates to get the ball over on the push. Enander from the back row spike off the net and on the ground on the Pirates side. A point for the Stanley Blue Jays. 3-2, the Blue Jays out on top on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Again, my name's Randy Peterson alongside David Peterson tonight. Here's a jump serve by Bethany Enander. Pirates all out of whack as the point goes to the Blue Jays. 4-2. Cameraman picking that up, James Meyer. Hayes with the serve receive from the middle, puts it down hard against Hallie Larson, and there's the kill. That is a Tioga Ace Hardware kill.
That was a kill to the nth degree there. That was a
4-3.
That was out of the back row, it looked like.
Pirates get the serve back as Landsberg goes back to serve for the Lady Pirates. Puts it in play. There's Hornberger picking it up. Into the net by the Blue Jays. A little miscommunication by the Blue Jays, and we're all knotted up at 4 apiece. Landsberg will try to string some more points together for the Pirates. Here's Larson set to the middle. Jordy Scar puts it down from the middle. No, that's number 16. Excuse me, that's Annie Royce. Royce with the kill. Got a big smile on her face.
A lot of height in the Royce family.
Annie's a freshman. Bowles serve receive on the Pirates side. Up front, here's Hayes going to the corner. It's going to be too wide. And another point just like that for the Blue Jays. They're up 6-4.
Almost looks like Cheyenne kind of missed that. Like she hit it with the tips of her fingers versus that real thick meat of her hand.
Here's a set by Kiever into the game. Cheryl Hayes with the kill from the left side for the point for Tioga. 6-5. Pirates get the serve back. It'll be Cheyenne Hayes towing the stripe. The senior from Tioga wears number 17. Down by 1, 6-5. Good serve by Hayes. Enander goes with it. Keeps it alive for the Blue Jays. Up front, here's Peyton Ron. Push. Free ball. Over on top, here is Jordy Scar with the hit from the roll from the front row, but it's too deep, and we're all knotted up at 6.
Shout out Evan Peterson to that, giving us some volleyball terminology and lingo. Evan, if you're listening, there was your roll.
Keever. Now up to Cambry Johnson. Stanley side. Barsted with it. A diving Cheryl Hayes goes for it. Keever with the second hit. Bumped across by Cheyenne. At the net. Pirates keep it alive. Kept up there by Keever. Now to the corner. Nora Hermanson runs it down and can't come up with it. And not Hermanson, it's Bethany Enander. That point goes to Tioga. That is a lead for the Pirates. Last lead they held was at 2-1, so they've captured the lead again at 7-6, and they're in this first set, best of 5 match from Stanley, North Dakota here on GameDay Media, and that's a service error by Cheyenne Hayes. That gives a nice easy point to the Blue Jays as number 15, Brenna Winger, longtime Tioga name there. Grandpa Bob and Grandma Candace from Tioga watching their granddaughter play here tonight.
Proud Roustabout Services sponsor right there.
Roustabout Service and Insulating out of Tioga. Bowles digs it out on the serve receive. Brought across there by Cheryl Hayes. Here's Barsted going to the corner and it hits the line. And that's a point for the Blue Jays. They're up again now by 1, 8-7. There's a service error by the Blue Jays, and we're back and forth here. We're all tied up at 8 apiece. Again, here comes Thea Johnson replacing Aubriana Bowles to play front row for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer. Bockel serves. Nice serve. Going backwards as Enander brings it across. Kept alive there by Thea Johnson. Spiked in the net by Barsted, and a point for Tioga. Nice play there by the Lady Pirates. Barsted thought she could have got it over, but just fell a little bit short. Here's another short serve by Vaughel. Barsted spike is too deep, but the Pirates are called in the net. So that's a point for
I think the
Blue Jays.
I think the chair umpire acknowledged the wrong team for the score, but the scoreboard is correct.
Yeah, it's 9-9. Pirates been guilty of a couple times into the net so far here tonight. Here's nice place by Cheryl Hayes. Great court presence by the sophomore from Tioga. 10-9 as McKenna Landsberg checking in to the game, replacing Kennedy Keever. The senior Keever has a seat on the bench. Here's a short serve by Cheryl Hayes, and that's a service error. Right now, the Pirates are their worst own enemies. I think they've given up 3 or 4 points for just simple mistakes. Come across here with Thea Johnson. A little bit miscommunication by the Pirates. Enander bumps it across and finds that campfire hole. That's a Todd Domries. Picked that up watching the St. Mary's Saints and Bismarck Century last night. 11-11. It's a service error. Back and forth here. Nobody really wants to take control of the game. Peyton Ron serving for the Pirates, and she serves it into the net. Another easy point for the Blue Jays. Another substitution, 2 of them for Stanley. Hallie Larson coming in along with Annie Royce. Royce looks like she stands about 6 foot.
Well, if there's any relation to, I think it's Dustin Royce and Jason Royce from Stanley Ross area years ago, they are going to be tall.
There's a service error by the Blue Jays. The server had her foot on the line, and so our line umpire picked it up right away It's an easy point for Tioga. We're tied up at 12-12 as Aubriana Voles goes back to serve for the Lady Pirates. Puts it in play. Landsberg with a well-placed ball, kept alive by Hermanson. And it hits the speaker and comes across, but can't do that on the third hit. That is another point for Tioga. 13-12. On your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, the Pirates with the lead, kept alive by the Blue Jays. A diving Voles gets after that ball. Here's Cambry Johnson with a big swing. And there is that campfire hole again. Blue Jays found it. Ties the game up at 13 apiece.
So the campfire hole, is that just because everybody's standing around? Or
watching the campfire.
Everybody's just sitting there watching the ball hit the middle as it serves out of bounds.
Enander gives another point to the Lady Pirates.
In the game that we had between Ray and Tioga last Thursday, if that's any indication of what this game is going to do, that game last week was probably one of the best volleyball games I've seen in a couple of years. Just the back and forth. It went to 5 full sets. Both kids, a lot of energy in the gymnasium, as is tonight. So I think the bar was set high for GameDay Media volleyball.
There's a diving Ron keeping it alive. Great job by Peyton Ron keeping that ball alive. Cheryl Hayes found the opening, put it down for another point. It's a 2-point lead for the Pirates at 15-13. There's another service there by the Pirates, serving it too deep. Kind of amped up here tonight. Both teams not serving very well in this first set. Clancy Hornberger goes back to serve for the Blue Jays. Cheryl brings it across for Tioga. Here's a set for the Blue Jays. Barsted blocked at the net by Cambry Johnson.
That's what Tioga has on their side. I mean, they go probably 5'10", 5'11" across the board between Cheryl, Cheyenne, Cambry, Thea. I mean, stick another one in there. They're probably all about the same height, that's one thing you can't coach. You can't coach height.
There's another service error by the Pirates. So that's an easy point for the Blue Jays, 16-15.
Our live chat is enabled on our YouTube stream, so if you're watching along, make sure you comment as to who you think is going to be our GameDay Media Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game if that ball's served wide right. Interact with us a little bit. Let us know how we're doing. Give us some pointers, tips, comments, all that kind of stuff. We look forward to seeing everybody interact with us during the broadcast.
Thea Johnson comes into the game for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer. There's a tip at the net, kept alive by Kiever. Now Thea Johnson bumps it across. Jordy Scar goes cross court, picked up there by Hayes. There's a set over to Cheryl, goes back row to Hermanson. Barsted tips. Thea brings it across with the bump. From the middle, Barsted with it. Kiever there for the Pirates. Put down there.
That's double hit.
That's a lift. 18-15, the biggest lead of the night for the Lady Pirates at 3. On your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, 18-15, the Pirates out on front in this set number 1. Scar brings it across with the push. Thea Johnson from the middle, swings and miss. 18-16, ball lands on the Tioga side. 2-point advantage for the Pirates as the Blue Jays go back to serve. They'll bring in number 5, Cora Bell. Bell is a senior server for the Blue Jays. Here's Kiever, set over to Cheryl Hayes from the right corner. Blue Jays keep it alive. There's Vackel for the Pirates. Cheryl with it again, and Pirates are claiming a tip. And the referees don't say that it is, but kind of looked like it from our vantage point that it was a tip, but we don't count. There's the donut hole point, 19-17. Back and forth here as Landsberg checks in for the Pirates, replacing Kiever. 19-17. Cheryl Hayes with the serve, goes back row. Cheryl, instead of going frontward, she went backwards with that set. And Lansford wasn't expecting it, so it's an easy point for the Blue Jays. Put down there by Thea Johnson on a...
That's close to a net interference on.
The point is for Tioga. I think the chair umpire initially gave the point to Stanley, but she corrects herself. It's 20-18. The Pirates first one to 20. Need to have 25 and win by 2. Good serve by Ron off the face of number 15, Brenna Winger. It's back up to another 3-point lead for the Pirates. 21-18 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Ron with the serve. Goes back row again to Hermanson. This time Hornberger brings it across, and there's a kill. A Tioga ace hardware kill. 21-19. The Blue Jays trail by 2. Cheryl Hayes sets it. Somebody looked like they're in the net. Yeah. The officials call it. They're in the net. A point for Tioga. 22-19. As Aubriana Voles checks in for Thea Johnson, goes back to server's row. Aubriana is a junior. Serve. Good serve. And Pirates kept sleeping there. Nobody come to get the ball. And they let the ball hit the floor, 22-20. As Jordy Scar checks in for head coach Nikki Heinley, replacing Cora Bell. Up front, Cheyenne pushes it across, dug out there. Kept alive by Cheryl. Now pushed across by Cambry. Now on the Stanley side. It's a big kill. It's a Tioga ace hardware kill by Jordy Scar. For the Blue Jays, 22-21. Pirates had a 3-point lead not too long ago. They only lead by 1 right now. Here's Enander with a jump serve. Dug out there by Voles. Kept alive with the block at the front by the Blue Jays. Tipped at the net. And there's another missed play as the Pirates not backing up anybody. And the Blue Jays have tied it up. You're listening to District 16 Girls Volleyball here on GameDay Media. We'll step aside, come back after this 30-second timeout.
While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
As we come back here, this segment brought to you by TechNex Solutions, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Pirates need to get it over on this hit. Jordy Scar with the big swing. The Blue Jays come up with it. Cheryl Hayes going to bring it across. Cheyenne, excuse me. Here's Aubriana Voles going off of her hands, and just like that, the Blue Jays have taken a 1-point lead, 23-22. Bethany Enander with the jump serve. Cheryl with the set. Up front, here's Cheyenne. Blocked at the net by the Blue Jays. On the outside, here's a little tip. Brought across again by the Pirates. Kind of the difference right now that I'm seeing is Stanley's hitting the ball. Pirates are tapping it over. But there's a point as the ball goes into the net. We're all tied up at 23 apiece here in set number 1. Landsberg Puts the ball in play. Good serve. There's a wide hit by Jordy Scar, and it is set point for the Lady Pirates. 24-23. Here in set number one. On the outside, Hornberger with it. The net does her a favor, clips the net, and we're all tied up at 24-24. As the Blue Jays, Clancy Hornberger goes back to serve. Peyton Ron puts the ball to the middle, brought across by Keever with the bump. On the outside, ball hits the deck. That's a point for the Pirates. And it's set point again for Tioga. They lead 25-24, got to win by 2. Cheryl with the serve for Cheyenne with the serve, and she serves it out of bounds. 25-25. Coming in to serve is Tylee Johnson, a sophomore for the Blue Jays. Clips the net. There's an ace, a Tioga ace, hardware ace. And now the roles are reversed as we have set point and we have a timeout on the floor. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It's the Blue Jays 26, the Lady Pirates 25. My name's Randy Peterson alongside David Peterson. You're listening to Game Day Media coverage of District 16 Volleyball back after this 30-second timeout.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, Lazy Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook.
As we come out of this timeout again, it's the Blue Jays serving for the set number one. There the ball's in play, and just like that, the Pirates lose the lead and set number one as they fall to the Blue Jays 27-25, and the Blue Jays take set number one. We'll take an intermission between the first and second sets. It'll be 2 minutes, and we'll come back. You're listening to Game Day Media coverage here from District 16. The Stanley Blue Jays versus the Tioga Lady Pirates. Back after this 2-minute timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Othion Boutique. Shop in person in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopothion.com.
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com.
Frames by Ryan James, located in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Frames by Ryan James. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Bingaman Construction in Ray, North Dakota, your go-to for all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction needs. Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
As we come back out of that first set, the Stanley Blue Jays on your Bank of Tioga intermission break. The Blue Jays with a 27-25 win take set number 1 of this best of 5 set match. Pirates will get the first serve in set number 2. It'll be Cheryl Hayes. There's an ace, a Tioga ace, hardware ace, as the ball hits the line. The Blue Jays standing around looking at each other as the ball hits the boundary line. That's an ace for Cheryl. Hornberger with the big swing. This time it goes too deep. And just like that, the Pirates up to a quick 2-0 lead.
In Tioga on Thursday, they flip-flop sides. How come they didn't flip-flop sides this time?
Don't know. Hermanson with the serve receive. Hornberger again, too deep. 3-0 lead for the Lady Pirates. Cheryl Hayes trying to string together a number of points for the Pirates. There's a tip at the net. Nobody there for the Blue Jays as it goes along the net. Falls on the Stanley side. And Hayes has strung together 4 points to start set number 2. Cheryl, that is. Another serve. Good serve. Bockel there for the Pirates. Thea blocked at the net by Hornberger. Here's Thea again with the bump. Tip. Whatever you call it. There's another tip by the Thea Johnson. Goes to the corner into the Stanley Blue Jays cheer section. And another point as Cheryl Hayes has strung together 5 points in a row to start set number 2.
Keeping those Stanley football players on their toes as we get ready to potentially broadcast the RPL Outlaws and the Stanley Blue Jays on Thursday as another point falls for Tioga.
And just like that, Nikki Heinley says, I need a timeout, so do we. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, it's the Pirates 6, the Stanley Blue Jays with a goose egg so far. You're listening to District 16 volleyball action here on GameDay Media. Back after this 30-second timeout.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent.
As we come back out of the timeout, sponsored by St. Luke's Medical Center up in Crosby, North Dakota. Pushed across there by Enander, kept alive by Thea Johnson, pushed over by Cheryl Hayes. Now here's a back set, middle set to Clancy Hornberger, and Hornberger's too deep again with the big swing.
It's like a whole different Stanley team coming out of the 27-25 win. Set number 1. Kind of rattled right now.
There's another point as the Blue Jays called in the net. So Cheryl Hayes has strung together 8 points in a row here to start set number 2. Hermanson with the serve received from the Blue Jays. Bockel dives to keep it alive. Brought across by Ron. Good hit on the roll. Here's Bockel again, bringing it over. Dug out there, pushed over by the Pirates. Great action here. And they can't catch up with that one. And finally, Hornberger gets the Blue Jays on the board with the big swing from the middle. 8-1. Jordy Scar checks in for Cora Bell for the Blue Jays. Here's Enander. Tipped over. Tries to go to the donor hole. Blue Jays there to cover it up. Ball hits the ceiling. And it's another point for the Pirates as Peyton Ron will go back and serve for the Lady Pirates. Up 9-1 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Good serve by Peyton Ron. There's a back set to Hornberger, goes long, nobody there. Hornberger finds the opening on the Tioga Ace Hardware kill. 9-2. Cheyenne Hayes brings it across. Larson there for the Blue Jays. There's the tip. Jody Scar goes with it. It's too deep. And that's another point for the Lady Pirates. 10-2. Pirates out quick to an 8-point lead as Aubriana Voles checking in for the Pirates, along with Cambry Johnson checking in for the Liberal Brooke Bockel.
I just got word from Sarah Karkoff, the longtime fax teacher at Tioga High School. It's the visiting coach's choice if they want to flip side or stay on one side. Sometimes they want to stop, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. So, Sarah, you're on the line here if that's accurate or not.
Well,
it's a good enough answer for me.
Here's Jordy Scar with a tip at the net by Cambry Johnson. There's Hayes with it. Boom.
There's nobody in this gym that wants to get in front of that ball, not even her dad.
A few years ago, the Pirates had a young lady by the name of Abby Bratling. Those were kabooms.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best power hitters, I guess you could call it, in recent years for these Tioga Lady Pirates. There it is again. Ow. Hammer it down, Cheyenne.
Here's brought across again by the Blue Jays from the middle. And Pirates flirting with danger, and that time it cost them. As you got to hit the ball. 11-3. Again, we have a new substitution coming in. This Aubrey Locken. Locken is a senior right side hitter. First action here tonight. As Tylee Johnson goes back to serve for the Blue Jays. It's in play. Comes to the front, tipped at the net, blocked there by number 16, Annie Royce, for a point for the Blue Jays. Cambry Johnson pushes it over. Scar brings it across for the Blue Jays. Here's Cheyenne Hayes going. Nobody's going to block that one. Cheyenne Hayes with another kill. They're up 12-4 with the point for Tioga. From that left side, Cheyenne Hayes is pretty lethal if she can get the set. 8-point lead, 12-4 for the Lady Pirates here in set number 2. After they dropped the first set, 27-25. Ball's up in the rafters. Brought across by Cheryl, excuse me. Carr bumps it across. Here's Cheryl. There's the point for Tioga. She finds a mini donut hole near the left side of the defense for the Blue Jays. It's 13-4. 9-point lead. Locken brings it across for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays can't catch up with it. That's an easy point for the Lady Pirates, and it's a double-digit lead for Tioga at 14-4. Landsberg's serve goes along the side, comes up near the GameDay Media NCC Sports Desk. David Peterson with quick hands, saving our equipment here tonight. 15-4.
Been life-saving sitting up here.
15-4. Knuckleball comes across for the Pirates, kept in play by the Blue Jays as Hermanson brings it across. Here's a back set. Cheryl gets it down to go over. Blue Jays back over with it. And Pirates kept sleeping. 15-5. Kennedy Keever checks in for head coach Shaughnessy Meyer. We'll have Cora Bell also checking in for the Blue Jays, a senior for head coach Nikki Heinley. She goes back to server's row. Souris Valley Dental Group, server's row. There's a ball hitting the rafters. Keever brings it across for the Lady Pirates. Blocked at the net. Big block. That's a block point for Cheryl Hayes. 16-5. Pirates with another point, their biggest lead of the night at 11.
Oh, just mistimed her jump, Cambry.
Cambry was athletic enough to be able to get it across, but she could have had a big kill there, but This time Cheryl Hayes too deep with the kill attempt. It's a point for Stanley, 16-6.
That's one of those that Cambry, just being a freshman this year, and give her 2 years, that ball is going to probably go through the floor. She's going to hit it so hard down into the floor, I bet.
They call that ball in. And a little bit of disgruntlement by the Pirates fan club. They thought it was out. That one's out, and it's another point for the Lady Pirates. 10-point lead, 17-7. Thea Johnson checking in for Aubriana Voles. Brooke Bockel comes in.
They what's going on here? They called it out.
Now there's a big discussion. It's a discussion, but they're going to call.
Did they not allow the substitution?
I don't know.
The
Stanley's still
ball was
serving.
hit out of bounds over on the far side of the court. They took
It's
the point
18,
away.
It's 16-8. Now it's 17-8. The Pirates out on top. So after that's all said and done, things get straightened away here. But right now, the fan club from the Lady Pirates a little bit dismayed by some of the calls here tonight. That's on the wrong side of the antenna.
That was a good call by Ashley Holman over on the far lines judge over in the far corner. An excellent volleyball player in her day.
18-8. There's Hornberger again with the big swing, and that one's past the line. 19-8 as number 1, Hallie Larson checking in for Aubrey Locken.
A lot of volleyball knowledge in the Holman family.
Yeah.
Between Tara,
they were good.
Ashley and Nikki. A lot of advice probably passed between the three sisters.
Blocked at the net there by there was a double hit by Thea Johnson. It's a point for Stanley, 19-9. Thea brings it across with the bump. Up in the rafters. The Blue Jays catch up with it. Here's a set to Cheryl. Cross court, that's wide. 19-10. Can't count out the Blue Jays. They're down by 9. There's the serve. Keever goes over to Cheryl, brings it across. Blue Jays there. Here's Enander bumping across, trying to find that hole, and she did. It's another point for the Blue Jays, 19-11. With that, we have a timeout on the floor as Shaughnessy Meyer has seen a couple of points gotten away from them. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, it's the Pirates 19, the Blue Jays 11. You're listening to District 16 girls volleyball action here on GameDay Media. Back after this 30-second timeout.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
This segment brought to you by Technex Solutions LLC, offering measurement sales, service, and support of oil and water measurement equipment in the Bakken area. Specializing in truck-mounted Coriolis meter systems for allocation and custody. Transfer of crude oil. Contact Jason at technexsolutions.com or 701-641-8255. 0.647. Ball hits the antenna, and that is another point for the Blue Jays. 19-12. Pirates been at 19 for the last 5 points. Up front here, Cheryl Hayes. Tip at the net by the Blue Jays. Hornberger just about
Almost
threw it
like,
over.
Almost looks like her hands are big enough to where she's just grabbing it and throwing it over.
There's a kill by Bethany Enander. Momentum has shifted to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays down by 6. Scored the last 5 points. Right now, the Pirates are all out of whack. 19-14. 5-point differential on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. There's a point for Tioga. They needed that one. 20-14 as they get the serve back. Landsberg will check in for Kiever for the Lady Pirates. Cheryl Hayes goes back to serve for Tioga. There's an ace. Another Tioga ace, hardware ace, 21-14. Favor of the Lady Pirates as Cheryl goes back to serve again. Cora Bell pushes it across, clips the net, ball hits the deck, and it's another point for the Blue Jays. 21-15. Jordy Scar checks in for head coach Nikki Heinley, replacing Cora Bell. And here's Landsberg with the push. There's the ball, well placed by Clancy Hornberger. 21-16. Bethany Enander will go back to serve again. Flips the net, and there is an ace, sponsored by Tioga Ace Hardware. 21-17. Big momentum swing here. There is a service error by Enander. Pirates are now 3 points away from capturing set number 2 after leading by 11 earlier in the set. Peyton Ron, another service error for Ron. 22-18. So Libero checks out for the Blue Jays. Annie Royce checks in. There is a service error for the Blue Jays. So we're returning service errors between these two teams. 23-18. Sabriana Voles checks in for the Lady Pirates. Goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. That's a lift called against the Blue Jays. And it's going to be set point for the Pirates. They have the serve as Voles puts it in play. Scar bumps it across, kept alive by the Pirates. Brought across by Cheryl. That time from the middle, the kill attempt by Royce is too deep, and the Pirates capture set number 2, 25-18, to take set number 2 and tie this matchup at 1 set apiece. We'll take an intermission between set number 2 and 3 with a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Girls District 16, girls volleyball action here from Stanley, North Dakota on GameDay Media. Back after this 2-minute intermission.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit sourisvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come.
In a world where every dollar counts, we believe in empowering you to do more with your money. At the Bank of Tioga, we help ignite prosperity for you and the communities we serve. Whether you're a family looking for personal financial solutions, a business seeking growth, or an agricultural entrepreneur with big dreams, we have the products and services to help you achieve your goals. Experience the power of partnership and visit your nearest location or explore our online services today. We ignite prosperity at the Bank of Tioga, member FDIC.
As we come back out of this Bank of Tioga intermission, the Tioga Pirates capture set number 2 as we recap set number 2. They win it 25-18 to tie this match up. The Blue Jays taking set number 1 27-25. Both teams having a little struggle with their serving. A lot of service error points. Got breaking news from North Dakota High School Activities Association. The board at North Dakota High School Activities Association approved the addition of a 3rd division of volleyball for the 2025 season.
So going 3-class.
3-class in volleyball as well.
I think it's a good thing. I think 3-class system for basketball is going to work out just fine. I think it gets better competition into the areas and into the districts. Maybe eliminates some of the long nights and travels for some of the teams going across the state, but sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is necessary also.
First point of set number 3 goes to the Stanley Blue Jays. Hornberger back to serve for Stanley. Here's a set from the middle. Thea Johnson goes with the big swing that's too deep. This segment's brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, Larson Vossen Agency, located up in Crosby, North Dakota. We sell crop, farm, and ranch, home, auto, commercial, and health insurance. Contact Chell or Robbie at 701-965-6335 today. That's Larson Vossen Insurance Agency in Crosby. And they're going to call a in the net call against the Pirates. And so that's just like the Pirates started out with a run in set number 2. The Stanley Blue Jays have put together 3 sets here. 3 points, excuse me. Pushed across there by Cheryl Hayes. Run down over in front of the Stanley Blue Jays.
It's like a black hole. It's like the Raiders' black hole over there.
Ron brings it across. Both teams kind of just pushing it. There's a block by Thea. Played at the net by Thea. Here's Brooke Vackel. Landsberg pushes it across for the Lady Pirates. Diving Cheryl Hayes gets it across. Goes to the corner, Ron does. Back and forth. Landsberg finds the point for Tioga. Their first one of set number 3. Kill along the right sideline, inside the boundary line. It's a point for Tioga. They're down by 2, 3-1. And Ron goes back to serve for the Lady Pirates. Cheryl goes with the one-handed forearm bump. Ball lands on the Tioga side. That's a point for Stanley. 4-1. Blue Jays out on top. Cheryl with the kill. That's a Tioga ace hardware kill for the Pirates. Cheryl gets the Pirates within 2. Bowles replaces Thea Johnson. Cambry Johnson comes in for Brooke Vockel for the Lady Pirates. Pirate side, here's Cambry Johnson from the middle, finds the corner. That's a point for Tioga. Well placed by the freshman, Cambry Johnson. 4-3. Bowles goes back to serve. Enander blocked at the net. Second hit by Eanander's in the net, and we're all knotted up at 4 apiece. Served by Bowles. There's a kill. A Tioga Ace hardware kill by Royce, Annie Royce. And the lead goes to Stanley at 5-4. Enander goes with the serve, dug out there. Nobody there for the Pirates to come up with the second hit. And the ball falls harmlessly to the floor. Another point for Stanley. There's a service error by Enander, giving a point to Tioga. Like I say, we're early in the season. Maybe that's part of the reason we're having so many service errors by both teams tonight. Gonna have to clean that up for sure. Here's a point for the, that point is for Tioga. That was a double hit. That was the fourth hit. Landsberg with the serve for Tioga. Back set to Enander. Sherrill brings it across, finds the campfire hole on the Blue Jay defense. And we're at a 7-6 lead for the Lady Pirates. First lead of the set for Tioga. There's a swing into the net by Jordy Scar. And just like that, the Pirates up by 2 at 8-6. Blocked at the net by Johnson, and Cheyenne Hayes for another point for Tioga. Biggest lead of the set for the Pirates at 9-6. Landsberg continues to serve for the Lady Pirates, puts it in play. Here's a set. Well-placed kill. A Tioga Ace hardware kill by Annie Royce for the Blue Jays. 9-7. As Hornberger goes back to serve. Keever brings it across for the Pirates. Here's Barstead swinging and hitting it into the net. And the Pirates have hit double digits. They're up by 3 at 10-7. Cheyenne Hayes goes back to serve again for Tioga. In the back row, Enander goes with it. That might have went out. Hayes keeps it alive. Ron pushes it over. There's a swing and a hit and a miss by Jordy Scar, and it's an 11-7 lead for the Lady Pirates. After starting out in a deficit of 3-0, the Pirates have rattled back to take a 4-point lead. And there is a point as the ball hits the floor on the Pirates side. 11-8. Both teams hustling here. Brenna Winger checking in for the Blue Jays along with Tylee Johnson. Johnson comes in to serve. Goes back to server's row. Here's Keever with the bump. Jordy Scar comes across with a big Tioga Ace hardware kill for Jordy Scar. 11-9. Tylee Johnson continues to serve. Cambry Johnson puts it across, excuse me. Here's Aubriana Voles. Kennedy with the set. Sherrill. And it's a point for Tioga on the kill by Cheryl Hayes. 12-9. Thea Johnson checks in for Aubriana Voles. The libero Brooke Bockel goes back to serve for the Lady Pirates. In the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Keever up front to Peyton Ron, blocked at the net, lands on the Stanley side, kept alive, pushed across by the Pirates' Ron. Now here is a big swing by Jordy Carr. And there is the ball landing on the Stanley side. It is 13-9, that point going to Tioga. A couple of times it almost seems like there's been catches and throws. Scar goes with the kill attempt, kept alive by Cheryl Hayes. There's a point for Tioga again as the ball hits the floor on the Stanley side of the floor. Biggest lead of the set, 14-9 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard for the Lady Pirates. There's an ace. A Tioga Ace Hardware ace by Brooke Vackel. 15-9. Things starting to spread out here for the Pirates. They're up by 6 in set number 2. Almost another set. Good serve by Brooke. Cheyenne over to Peyton. Now pushed across by Keever. Blocked at the net by Thea Johnson. Johnson going to try to put it away, but there is Tylee Johnson on the Stanley side keeping it alive. Cheryl Hayes goes cross court off the arms of Tylee Johnson. That's another point for the Pirates. 7-point lead, 16-9. Short serve. The Tioga Pirates are in the net again. Thea Johnson in the net again for the Pirates. Gives the point and the serve over to Stanley. 16-10. Barstead brings it across for the Blue Jays. Here's Thea Johnson pushing it across with the roll. Keever dives, keeps it alive. Ron bumps it across. Bethany Enander. Nobody really hitting the ball here as the Pirates are called in the net. Everybody seems like they're scared to make a mistake by hitting the ball hard. Stanley gets the point. Cheryl Hayes brings it across. There's Hermanson. Nice, well-placed kill. A Tioga Ace Hardware kill by Thea Johnson for the Lady Pirates. 17-11. Cheryl Hayes goes back to servers row. The Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Ron keeps it alive for the Pirates. Barstead brings it across for the Blue Jays. Lansford with the big swing from the right side. Blocked at the net, but the ball's last touched by the Pirates. Goes back over to Stanley. 17-12, the Pirates up by 5 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Sherrill with the tip. Catch and throw by Hornberger. Here is a point for the Pirates. 18-12. Peyton Ron goes back to Souris Valley Dental Group servers row for the Lady Pirates. Floats it across, it's too deep. It's another service error for the Pirates. Substitutions by the Blue Jays gives us a chance to thank Hidden Beauty Salon and Spa, located in Tioga on Main Street. A full-service salon offering hair, nail, and spa services. To schedule an appointment, call 701-664-3549 or visit them on Facebook at Hidden Beauty Salon and Spa. Another point for the Pirates. The serve goes back to Aubriana Voles, up by 6. Good serve by Voles. Hornberger goes deep with it. Cambry keeps it alive, pushed across by Cheyenne. On the outside, Bethany Enander with the big swing, and it's too deep. And the Pirates, the first one to 20, they're 5 points away from taking set number 3. Voles keeps it alive with a good serve again. And this time, a little miscommunication. 21-13 as the point goes to Tioga. Another good serve. Cheyenne goes back row with it. Kept alive as the Pirates can't capitalize on the misplay by the Blue Jays. And it's 21-14. Enander goes back to serve for the Blue Jays. From the middle, Cheyenne tips it across. Enander goes with it, well placed. Can Cheryl run it down? She does. Can Landsberg bring it across? She does. To the corner. Dug out there by Ron. Up front, here comes Cheyenne Hayes, blocked at the net by the Blue Jays. That's a block point for Stanley. 21-15. Cheryl with the set, up to sister Cheyenne. Back row, Voles runs it down. Pushed across by Cheyenne. Bethany Enander from the back row, and it's another point for the Blue Jays. 21-16. Still a 5-point lead. Pirates need 4 to take set number 3. Here's a serve by Enander that's too deep. Sails like a knuckleball beyond the out-of-bounds line. Back row. 22-16. Landsberg with the serve. It's in play. Starr with it. Dug out by Voles. Here's a set to Cheyenne. Cheyenne with the big hit. And it's too deep. And it's another point for the Blue Jays. 22-17. As Trinity Barstead checks in for the libero, Nora Hermanson. Clancy Hornberger with the short serve. There's a point for the Blue Jays as Royce knocks it down again. And just like that, we have a timeout on the floor. Head coach Shaughnessy Meyer wants to talk it over with the Lady Pirates. You're listening to District 16 girls volleyball action here on Game Day Media. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
As we come out of the timeout, the St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, this segment is brought to you by Patriot Oilfield Service. Nate and the team at Patriot Oilfield Service want to wish the best to the Tioga Pirates this season. Go Pirates! From Nate Ron and Patriot Oilfield Service, as that serve is another service error by the Blue Jays. 23-18. Cheyenne goes back to serve, and there's an ace. A Tioga ace, hardware ace. 24-18, and it is set point for the Lady Pirates. Good serve by Cheyenne. Brought across. Here's Johnson going too deep. And it's 24-19 as Stanley picks up the point. No room for error for the Blue Jays. It's a 5-point lead for the Lady Pirates on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, 24-19. As Tylee Johnson checks in for head coach Nikki Heinley. Goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. There's the serve. Bowles with it. Kiever pushed by Ron. And there is a miscommunication between Hermanson and Enander, and that is set point for the Lady Pirates. The Pirates capture set number 3, 25-19. We'll take a Bank of Tioga 2-minute intermission as we come back here on Game Day Media. Back after this timeout and a word from a couple of our sponsors.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
Who has Tioga's best pirate potion? The Tioga Pirates Booster Club presents Pirate Potion, a fundraiser to help purchase new record boards to be displayed at the Tioga High School for years to come. Partnering with Mi Ranchito, The Rig Grill, DJ's Lounge, Jeb's Thai Kitchen, Poor Decisions, Mainstay Suites, the Tioga Country Club, and the Model Tavern as they compete to have Tioga's best Pirate Potion. Purchase a ticket from any Booster Club member or at any of these participating businesses. Try their potion and vote for your favorite by dropping your completed ticket into the voting box. The winner will be announced on October 13th at halftime of the Tioga Pirates home football game. Go Pirates!
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
As we come out of that Bank of Tioga intermission, the Stanley Blue Jays down 2-1 as Tioga captures set number 3, 25-19 to take a 2-1 set lead of this best-of-5 match. Pirates start to serve in set number 4. Cheryl Hayes with it, puts it in play. Clancy Hornberger brings it across. Blocked at the net, kept alive by the Blue Jays. Cheryl with the set up to Thea. This time it's the Blue Jays called in the net, and Pirates take the first point of set number 4. Cheryl continues to serve for the Lady Pirates. There's nobody there for the Blue Jays as Bethany Enander falls to her backside, clips Clancy Hornberger with her shoe in the mouth. 2-0. Back set to Hornberger. Up front, here's Peyton Ron with the big swing. It's too deep. That point goes to Stanley. Two to one. Allie Larson goes back to serve. Set up to Lansford, blocked at the net. A diving Larson can't keep it alive, and it's a point for Tioga. 3-1. Pirates with the lead. Trying to close out this District 16 match tonight. Here's Hornberger, blocked at the net by Johnson. Kept alive by the Blue Jays, now on the Tioga side. Hermanson with the dig. Cross court, Bockel runs it down for Tioga. Pushed by Sherrill. Hornberger. Thea Johnson with the tip. Both teams kind of tipping the ball, and Thea Johnson a little out of sync with her jump and her swing, and the point goes to the Blue Jays. 3-2 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard as number 18 checks into the game for the Blue Jays. That's Savea Aoni, seeing her first action tonight. Aoni is a freshman for the Blue Jays. Lansford brings it across. Diving Hermanson keeps it alive. Pushed to the back row by the Blue Jays. Wow, nice dig by Hermanson. Pays off for them as they get the point. 3-3. Enander goes back to serve again for the Blue Jays. Cheyenne with the tip. Nobody there for the Blue Jays. Easy point for Tioga, 4-3. Bockel comes out. Johnson comes in, Cambry that is. Aubriana Voles checks in as well. Hornberger into the net. 5-3. Blue Jays trail by 2. Voles, good serve. Pushed across by the Blue Jays. Good athleticism there by the Blue Jays. Diving all over. Kept alive by Stanley. Here's Sherrill with the set. Up to Sister Cheyenne. Pushed across. There's Johnson. Now to the back row. Hermanson digs it out. There's a point for Clancy Hornberger and the Stanley Blue Jays on the kill. It's another Tioga Ace Hardware kill. Five to 4, the Pirates with a 1-point lead. Lansford comes across with it for Tioga. Voles up front to Sherrill. Tried to find the campfire hole. Now here's a kill by the southpaw, number 18, Savea Aoni, and that ties the set up at 5 apiece. Cambry Johnson brings it across for Tioga. Royce hits it hard. And there is another error by Tioga, and it's a point for Stanley. With that, head coach Shaughnessy Meyer needs to regroup, calls a St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to District 16 girls volleyball action here on GameDay Media, your leader in Northwest North Dakota sporting events. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
As we come back, Pirates caught sleeping. And it's another point for the Blue Jays, 7-5. As we come out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. Ball climbs the net both ways. Tipped by Sherrill. Bowles digs it out. Here's Cambry Johnson with the tip. And the point for Tioga. 7-6. Pirates climb within one. Pirates get the serve back to Landsberg. McKenna, a junior for the Lady Pirates. Goes back row with the serve. There's another hit into the net by the Blue Jays. Goes backwards. It's tied up at 7 apiece. I want to thank Prairie Home Furnishings, located in Stanley, North Dakota, for coming on board as a premier sponsor for us as well. Diving Landsberg keeps it alive. Big swing by Cheyenne Hayes, and that kill is a Tioga Ace Hardware kill. 8-7, the Pirates take the lead by 1. Tell you what, when she gets set up just right.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, if I'm not the head coach for the Tioga Pirates, but if I have a chance to get Cheyenne teed up and ready for takeoff, that's what I'm doing. That's going to be triangle. Like, that's what we'll call it, is triangle.
There's a donut hole point for the Stanley Blue Jays, finding that hole on the defense. Tied up at 8 apiece.
It seems to be such a successful play on the Pirates' part, is to be able to let her hammer it home. Like, serve her up and let her eat, I think is what they'd probably say.
Misplay by Kiever on that set, as Royce gives it back to the Pirates, and another point off a service error. We're tied up at 9 apiece. Cheyenne Hayes with the serve. Pushed across, brought across by Cambry. Southpaw's kill attempt goes wide. That's a point for Tioga. 10-9. Pirates with a 1-point lead. Good serve by Cheyenne. Back set to Jordy Scar. Here's a set up front to Cambry. Cambry keeps it alive. And there's a point for the Blue Jays. We're all tied up at 10 apiece. Mahoney comes out of the game. Cora Bell checks in for the Blue Jays. High serve goes high, dug out by Voles. Sherrill. Hermanson brings it across for the Blue Jays. Back in that corner again, Royce runs it down. Along the net. Here's Kiever. Ron goes with it. Big hit by Ron. Keeps it alive again for the Pirates. Here's Cambry Johnson bringing it across. Off the net, Kiever keeps it alive. Johnson brings it across. Jordy Scar hits it into the net on the kill attempt, and it's a point for Tioga. Pirates up 11-10. Again, same substitution rotation coming in for the Pirates. Thea Johnson comes in along with Brooke Vackel. Going backwards, Bell can't run it down, goes off the stage curtain, and that's another point for Tioga.
I like the front row over there. The front row on the far side from us is the daughter to Nikki Heinley. I think Macy is her name, and she's like a coach among the fans over on the side. She's kind of getting excited as every play goes for these Blue Jays and cheering her mom on for sure.
Here is a ball hit outside the line. That's a point for the Blue Jays. 12-11.
We should get her as a color commentator. She probably knows more than I do. Macy, if you're watching, talk to your grandma and grandpa and mom and dad to see if you can come broadcast for GameDay Media.
Friendly net for Tioga. Ball ends on the Stanley side. Pirates up by 2, 13-11. It's a hard-fought match here between these two teams. Pretty evenly matched. And here's a service error by Cheryl Hayes. Been a lot of service errors by both teams tonight. Early in the season. Larson brings it across. Pirates got to catch up with it. Cheryl Hayes does, but she hits it wide, and that's another point for the Blue Jays, and we're tied up at 13 apiece. Pirates caught flat-footed that time. And we're in a wake. 14-13. High serve goes back row. Vaughel digs it out. Johnson goes to the corner.
That looked like it hit the line.
Floor umpire says it's out.
The replay, see if James got it on her delay. Looked into me. Beautiful camera work by our cameraman James Meyer from Tioga.
That swing by Bethany Enander is too deep, and that point goes to Tioga. Elard Clark running the boards tonight, making them sing along with James Meyer, our cameraman tonight. My name's Randy Peterson, alongside David Peterson.
We told James on the drive home from Westhope, so this is your free shout out for lawn care service. If you're looking for lawn care service in the Tioga area, look James up, get in contact with him. He's a freshman at Tioga High School. He's got a brand new lawnmower that he's ready to put to work.
Kubota, something like that.
Bad boy.
Bad boy. You can mow up a lot of yards with that bad boy.
Look him up.
Ball goes off of one of the basketball hoops, kept in play on the Stanley side. Here's Thea Johnson bringing it across for the Pirates. We're all tied up at 15 apiece. Hornberger brings it across. Now back on the Stanley side. And there's another missed play by the Blue Jays. And it's 16-15. Pirates get the serve back with the point, trailing by 1. Peyton Ron, see if she can put it in play. She does. Hard serve. There's a block.
Oh, tough spot.
What a play by the Blue Jays. Pirates let it hit the floor.
It's such a bang-bang play. It was a nice block by Thea Johnson, kind of deflected off the Stanley Blue Jay, and I don't know if it was a slurve ball behind the net or over the out-of-bounds pole, but it's a nice play by Stanley.
So right now the Blue Jays up 17-16. Thea Johnson brings it across. Hermanson runs it down. On the outside, Cheyenne Hayes goes off with the big swing, dug out there by the Blue Jays. To the corner. Kept alive as both teams battling for points. Here's Cheyenne Hayes again off the arms of Royce. Kept alive. And now here's a miss hit. And that is a point for Tioga. 17-17.
Clancy taking an elbow off the back of the head, but as we've seen her in basketball, very energetic kid, very enthusiastic kid. I have minimal doubts that she's going to stay out.
Here is a hit into the net. That's a point for Tioga. Back and forth here in set number 4. Bowles serves again. Kept alive by the Blue Jays. On the outside, Cheyenne brings it along the net. Hornberger is wide with the swing from the middle. Pirates with a 2-point lead, and with that we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. It's a St. Luke's Medical Center located in Crosby, North Dakota. Timeout. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. It's the Lady Pirates 19, the Blue Jays 17. We'll step aside. come back after this 30-second timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com.
As we come back to the NCC Sports Desk, this segment's brought to you by 701 Cornhole Company. Custom cornhole sets makes your cookouts even better. Visit their website at 701cornholecompany.com to see what they can make for you. That point on the kill by the Blue Jays gets them within one, 19-18.
As part of the contract that GameDay Media and 701 Cornhole Company signed, I told Mr. Brad Anderson that he is the greatest Blue Jay of all time. I am liable to say that for 7 months. Brad was a heck of an athlete for these Stanley Blue Jays back in the early 2000s, 1998, 1999. Multiple state champions in that time frame when the great Len Inget was their head football coach. So the field here in Stanley is named after Len Inget, and tragedy struck. Lenny Inget's family took his life 3-4 years ago in a car accident, but excellent football coach, well-deserved, Hall of Fame, all the accolades that come with it is greatly accomplished high school football career in person.
There's the Stanley Blue Jays letting the ball hit. It's a 2-point lead for the Lady Pirates. They're 4 away from claiming this match. 21-19. Need 4 to close it out. Here's Landsberg trying to get one more for the Pirates. Back set to Enander, dug out by Voles. Over to Cheryl Hayes, brings it across. Enander again goes from the back row with the big swing. Cheyenne bumps it across. Jordy Scar bumps it across. Here's a set. Cambry Johnson with it. And this point is going to go to Tioga as Annie Royce is called in the net. 22-19. Landsberg trying to tack on one more. Good serve. Pushed to the back. From the middle, Scar brings it across, but there's Landsberg. On the outside, Cheyenne trying to put it down, dug out by Hermanson. Kept alive, here's Landsberg. The second hit up front to Cheyenne as she pushes it across. Jordy Scar puts it down for the Blue Jays with the Tioga Ace hardware kill. 22-20. Annie Royce goes back to serve for the Blue Jays. Set up front. Here's Cheyenne. Hits the line with the Tioga Ace hardware kill. 23-20. Cheyenne goes back. The senior from Tioga wears number 17. Brought across, kept alive. Nice play by Kiever. A diving Enander, rolling around. Tipped at the net, kept alive. Put it down by Cheryl Hayes with the Tioga Ace hardware kill. And it's match point for the Lady Pirates. 24-20 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Cheyenne clips the net. Royce keeps it alive. Brought across. On the Tioga side. Cheryl. Now back to Stanley. Jordy Scar tipped at the net. Kept alive by Cambry Johnson. Here's Cheryl Hayes again. Enander. The southpaw goes cross court into the stands. And that point by Stanley. 24-21. The Blue Jays with the serve as Cora Bell checks in for Savea Aoni. Bell with the serve, a high serve, goes back row. Tipped across, kept alive by the Pirates. Here's a set to Ron. Ron puts it down for the Pirates. Pirates capture set number 4 and take the match 3-1 to go 2-0 on the season. We're going to step aside. What a great match between these two longtime rivals, the Stanley Blue Jays and the Tioga Lady Pirates. We're going to have coach's comments and our Brad Johnson player of the game. We'll come back in 3 minutes after this timeout. You're listening to GameDay Media. Volleyball action back in 3 minutes.
While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, La-Z-Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook. At Haugland Insurance Services, we are passionate about protecting farmers and ranchers. With extensive agricultural knowledge, we have the tools to protect your profit and minimize risk. Whether it's crop and livestock insurance or farm property and liability, we protect your hard-earned assets. We can also assist with farm transitions, commercial insurance, life, health, and disability coverage. You work hard to feed our world, and we work tirelessly to protect what you've grown and built. Call us at 701-965-4066 or visit us online at HauglandInsuranceServices.com.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Othione Boutique. Shop in person in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopothione.com.
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com.
Frames by Ryan James, located in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Frames by Ryan James. This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Bingham & Construction in Ray, North Dakota, your go-to for all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction needs. Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com. This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent.
While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
As we come back to our D&L Paraffin postgame show, I've got the winning head coach, Shaughnessy Meyer of the Tioga Pirates, and that's a great victory for the Lady Pirates, isn't it?
That is a long time coming. We are so excited for that win, yes.
Yeah, you know, you started out, you almost had set number one. You dropped at 27-25, but then you kind of found your groove a little bit. Both teams struggled, I thought, from the service line a little bit tonight. But, you know, you're early in the season, you can kind of clean that up. But I thought you gelled very well tonight as you found your stroke a little bit.
Yep, there were definitely some weaknesses that we had to, you know, call out and fix and try to make up for. And once they did that, then, you know, things were good. They fought, so.
So can I ask you, what do you think is the key to gelling, so to speak? I mean, just practice, I imagine, but there's communication on the floor, I would think, that girls kind of have between themselves after playing so much together. You kind of know what everybody's supposed to do, but what do you think is the key?
Yeah, it totally takes that key team chemistry. And last year when we played, we had a lot of new girls playing different positions, young girls that hadn't played with each other, and we saw what that kind of did. Like they weren't ready for whose ball is that,
Right.
But now that they have had that experience together, that team chemistry, they can kind of read each other's mind. That is definitely helping us.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to want to play Tioga Pirates. I mean, they want to play you, of course,
Right.
but you know, you're a team to be contended with, I think.
Well, thank you.
And I think your girls are kind of finding their stroke a little bit. They're finding some confidence in themselves, and you're actually fairly young, too. You know, and you know, that's always a good sign for years to come, right?
I agree. Yep. That's
And
good.
I saw you came out of the locker room with a little young man.
Yeah, Emerson got to experience the win, so that's good.
Mama Shaughnessy over here
Yeah.
doing some mommying after the win by the Lady Pirates 3-1. And with that, thank you again for taking some time out. We'll let you get back to your team and to your young son. And we'll come back after this 30-second timeout. We'll give the headset over to our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game, Cheryl Hayes, after this 1-minute timeout.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
And as we come back to our D&L Paraffin postgame show, I've got our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. That is Cheryl Hayes, the sophomore from the Lady Pirates, as the Pirates were able to capture a 3-1 victory tonight over longtime rival, the Stanley Blue Jays. And Cheryl, congratulations on your Player of the Game award.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what we were impressed with tonight, as we called the game tonight, is that you had a lot of touches tonight. See, things kind of go between you and your sister Cheyenne, right, for most of the points.
Yeah, a lot of the passes, if they're off, we try to help each other out, and our goal is to just set Shy up so she can get her kills.
Yeah, so what is your role as the player? I know it seems like you're swinging from the right side a lot, and then you're always looking for that set, right?
Yeah, my goal is basically help out our teammates and help them get the set that they want so they can kill the ball.
So the Tioga Pirates, you're fairly young, you're fairly lengthy, you know, with that front row of Cambry and Thea and Cheyenne and putting you up there. And, I mean, you're a tough draw when you got your arms over the net. You got some blocks, right?
Yeah, we're all pretty long and lanky, and we got some good years coming up, too.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Well, we thank you for taking time away from your teammates as you come and put a headset on, and want to congratulate you again as being named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game.
Thank you.
We'll take another 30-second timeout. We'll come back to our D&L Paraffin postgame show, wrap this up. after this quick 30-second timeout.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
And as we come back to our DNL Paraffin post-game show and wrap this up, David, any final comments as the Pirates celebrate a 3-1 victory over the longtime rival, the Stanley Blue Jays?
Yeah, I asked Cheryl, I said, does it feel good to win? She goes, yeah. I said, does it feel good to win against the Stanley Blue Jays? She goes, yes. It's always good to get a win. These Pirates are really rolling right now. They've, had really good volleyball. They've gone back and forth, a lot of close games that they've been on the winning side. But I think, going forward, these Pirates got to be able to minimize those errors where it's, 20-10 and 20-7 and let Stanley come back in to make it a game.
Right.
You got to be able to stomp on the throat and knock them out. But thus far, these two games that the Pirates have played, they look like a real contender in District 16 and look for them to make some noise. Stanley, other side, they'll get their wins. Very well coached team by Nikki Heinley, and I think they're going to make some noise in the district too. So it's going to be a good competitive district between all the teams that are coming on. So it'll be a fun season here on GameDay Media.
Speaking of GameDay Media, we're going to be traveling over to Ray on Thursday night. It'll be District 16 volleyball action as the Divide County Maroons coming in to take on the Ray Jays on Thursday night over at Ray. We'll go on the air between 6:30 and 6:45, depending on JV action, but we look forward to that broadcast as well. And then we finish up on Friday night with a football game, and we're still trying to figure out which game we're going to be playing or broadcasting. But right now on the docket is RPL versus Stanley, but that may change because of Beck TV.
Yeah, it's kind of in our hands depending on what we want to do, just too limited space in the broadcast booth here in Stanley. We're going to have to make some decisions. Nonetheless, we'll post something on Facebook. Make sure you get out and like our Facebook page. That's where we'll make all of our announcements. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we do plan on doing right now it's 3 to 4 or 2 to 3 games a week, so we're very busy putting on miles. I got to give a shout out to my wife. Thanks for keeping the house in line at home, watching my 3 kids. So thank you, honey, for letting us do what we want to do. And if you're looking for something to make some money to offset some of your expenses, we also are looking for some cameramen and producers to give our guys that we have a break. 2 of the best in the business, the greatest of all time for GameDay Media here, between James Myers and Eli Clark.
Well, on behalf of our broadcast team, Eli Clark running the boards tonight, James Meyer on the camera, David Peterson, our color analyst tonight. My name's Randy Peterson. Until Thursday night, good night, everybody. Travel safe.
Tonight's GameDay Media broadcast was brought to you by NCC, Tioga Store, St. Luke's Medical Center, Otheon Boutique, Souris Valley Dental Group of Minot, Haugland Insurance Services, Frames by Ryan James, D&L Paraffin, Brad Johnson Insurance, Bravera Bank, Continental Resources, Northwest Therapy Services, Nesset Consulting Service, Roustabout Service and Insulating, DA Land, LLC, 701 Cornhole Company, Bingaman Construction, Tioga Ace Hardware, Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, The Bank of Tioga, Tioga Parts Supply, Surge Aesthetics, The Porch, Tegan's Interiors, Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, Prairie Home Furnishings, Farmers Union Insurance of Crosby. Game 1. Tech Neck Solutions. Hidden Beauty Salon and Spa. Patriot Oilfield Service Incorporated. Brandy Larson Insurance Agency. Flag Family Media.